Part 4. Part 4 of defending the second live action Smurf movie with a bonus defend. This is part 4. And the final part. This is part 4 of defending the second live action Smurf movie with a bonus defend. And also, this is the final part too, I think. Yeah, part 4 is the final part we're gonna do for this year. So let's start the video.
What's wrong, Austin? Well, you remember when we did the Great Gatsby review and you mentioned SMURFS 2 and my reaction to it? SMURFS 2. Fuck! Yeah, why?
Language!
Fuck!
Language.
The SMURFS 2. Alright, so the SMURFS 2 takes place after the first when Gargamel is now a famous wizard, but he uses the SMURFS essence to do magic tricks. He lives in Paris. The Smurfs are back at Smurf Village. And Smurfette, who is voiced by Katy Perry, it's her birthday. Everyone pretty much ignores her, and she thinks that they forgot about her birthday. And then Gargamel's naughties, they enter Smurf Village, they kidnap Smurfette, and they try and make her to a naughty. Papa Smurf, Clumpy Smurf,
Yeah, naughty. How about that? I'm just joking.
Smurf, Vanity Smurf, that's one of the new ones.
Do people care about this Smurf?
No. They go after to rescue Smurfette, and along the way they ran into Neil Patrick Harris, of course, and Jim and Mage, who have a kid, and Brendan Gleeson is in the movie, and they try and stop Gargamel and bring the Smurfs back to Smurf Village. Alright, now, I saw Smurfs 2. You did not see Smurfs 2.
No, I did not think so. Austin, what did you think of this movie?
That's what I thought of the movie.
What's worse than Gross 2?
I will say this.
Phone number.
Is by a thread, by like this much better than Grown Ups 2.
This much?
Slightly better. You wanna know why? Because there was actually a scene I thought was promising, unlike in Grown Ups 2, where there was an actor that made me laugh once, made me chuckle once. This had an entire scene. Plus, the visual effects were better this time around, the CGI was better this time around, but honestly, that's really it.
Was there really even a soundtrack for this movie?
Oh god, I fucking hate the soundtrack. There's literally a scene where Neil Patrick Harris and the Smurfs walk out to this, I can't remember what rap, it was a rap song, it was a pop rap song, and literally, the scene I was talking about brought it up to a 1. I'm not even kidding, brought it up to a 1. This little thing brought it down a half a score, I'm not even kidding.
Wow, really?
This one freaking scene! And the Smurfs, oh my god, they're even more annoying this time. Even though they don't say Smurf this a lot. They don't say Smurf a lot this time. Unlike in the last where it's like Smurf this, Smurf that, Smurf this, Smurf, Smurf, Smurfity, Smurf, Smurf, fucking Smurf. I will say this, they say
Language.
less, but Katy Perry's character still says it the most, which, oh my god.
Please spoil this movie for everyone because...
Okay, well, I will say this. I will spoil the one scene that I actually liked. It's a scene where Gargamel has pretty much, and the naughties have convinced Smurfette that they actually love her, that they actually like her as a family. And so Gargamel gives her this little wand, a little like a replica of the wand that he has that he uses to perform magic with. And so he's like, Smurfette, use this. Like, I've always wanted to do this, and she starts being naughty. The camera goes into the Smurf's eyes, and it has just the right...
Yeah, she started being naughty. Okay. Sorry, I have a dirty mind. Sorry, I have a dirty mind, everybody.
Emotion to it. This blast like deflects into something, it goes right into the door, just the right amount of it, and it just cuts out. I was like, oh my god, that was actually a good scene. But then after that, the scene following it, they're still falling, a dick joke ensues, and I was like, you lost me. You watched the soundtrack critic, right?
Yeah.
Alright, did you ever watch this thing of Jingle All the Way?
Yeah.
There's a certain part of it where, like, he thought, like, the part where bomb explodes in the radio tower, he thought that was funny, and then was ruined when the guy was like, how many are in the bomb squad? When he thought that scene was ruined. It was like that. I hate this movie so much.
That guy avoided this shitbox.
Yeah, he avoided it. Praise your soul, you did. The acting...
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
It's still cringeworthy. It's terrible.
Well, they're always being cringy. Yeah, of course it's cringe, but it's not that bad. You're over exaggerating.
Why in the hell is Brendan Gleeson in this movie? He turns into a freaking duck. And it's predictable too. Like there's a scene where Gargoyle is like he tries to fly, but I was like, okay, he's gonna hit himself a bunch of times and he's gonna scream like a little girl. Boom, boom, boom. Exactly what happened. It was so predictable. I hate this movie so much.
You should not hate this movie very much. Nor you should not hate this movie at all.
So,
But I will say this though.
who was the standout?
Best actor, if I could think of one, I think Brendan Gleeson, honestly. Oh, and yeah, and the product placement. I know a lot of reviewers have been talking about product placement, and this is something I have to bring up. So much product placement is insane. Like, literally, there's a scene where
That's a good thing. I like product placement. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with product placement.
Gargamel.
So it has an iPad.
No, I think it's like, no, it's a Sony tablet.
It's like a tablet, and he's going. Ooh,
Yeah, like,
look at
he
that.
goes like, I like this slamming motion. I'm like, are you kidding me, Sony? Are you kidding me? There's so much product placement, and there's even a scene where I shit you not.
Okay.
Brendan Gleeson as a duck. There's people coming up to me, he's like, what's going on? He's like, global warming, buy a Prius. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Really,
Buy a
people?
Prius?
Language.
Come on! This was directed by Roger Gosnell, who did Scooby-Doo's 1 and 2,
Really?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua, and the Smurfs. The only reason why they made this film is because it made $500 million.
Which is bullshit, by the way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not that at all.
And now, for I've heard, they're just giving me a Smurfs 3 in 2015.
That's just sad.
Language.
But luckily we have Star Wars 7, Avengers 2, Bond 24, and
Batman vs Superman.
And Batman vs Superman coming out, so fuck Smurfs 3. God, I hate this film. This was
No.
Avengers 2, Bond 24, and
Batman vs Superman.
And Batman vs Superman coming out, so fuck Smurfs 3. God, I hate this film. This was
Language. How dare you say that? How dare you say that about the live action Smurf movies? How dare you say that about the live action Smurf movie? I should have your head cut off. I should have your head cut off. Sorry. I should have your head cut off, reviewer, for saying that.
slightly better than Grown Ups 2. Slightly, but
Is
you
it
know what?
worse than movie 43?
It's actually better than movie 43.
I think so. I figured.
It's better than Texas Chainsaw, better than Scary Movie 5. Overall, Smurfs 2 is a piece of shit. This is a
No, it's not. You're a piece of shit, you middle finger reviewer. You're a piece of shit reviewer. You middle finger reviewer. You're a piece of shit reviewer, not the live action Smurf movies.
film that only little kids will like. But honestly, when I become a parent, I will not be showing my kids these pieces of dog shit.
I don't care about the children, and it's not what you said. It's not shit. It's not that at all. You're the shitty one. You're the shitty one, reviewer. Excuse my language. I'm sorry for my language.
Shit. You know, I'm gonna show them Toy Story 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna show them Up, Finding Nemo. I'm gonna show them the Studio
Finding Dory when
Ghibli
it comes
films.
out.
I'm gonna show them Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro. I'm gonna show them A Little Princess, if I have a daughter, that is. Monsters Inc. Come on,
Monsters
parents.
University.
0.5 out of 5. A point.
You dick. You jerk.
5. It is slightly just that much better than Grown Ups 2. Smurf views, Smurfs 2. Enough said. Alright, so
Now for the bonus defend. Yeah, now for the bonus defend. So, here we go.
Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to another review, and now I'm reviewing, like I said, I'm now reviewing the sequel, The SMURFS 2, the sequel to the 2011 one. And what can I say about this one? Now, like I said, I mentioned before I get into the story and everything. Like I said, I mentioned this is what I mentioned before. This is my favorite film of 2013. I'm not taking it back. I ain't taking it back.
A good guy. Did I hear that right? He said there was a favorite movie. Oh, okay. Oh, I misjudged you. You're a good guy in the heart.
Like I said, Gravity. Yes, I love Gravity. I really do. I put that at a very close second, guys. But I have my reasons why I put this here as my favorite film of 2013. I do. Now, like I said, the reason why I'm doing these videos, these reviews, because today, April 11th, it's been a year since Jonathan Winters has passed away. And I mentioned this how much I love Jonathan Winters. He said he always did a perfect voice as Papa Smurf, you know. Which is the reason why I'm doing these reviews. So that's one of the main reasons why. That's why if it hadn't been for Jonathan Winters, then I would put Gravity as my number one film of 2013. But I ain't taking it back. This is my favorite film of 2013. That's why. And this was released July 30th, 2013, 31st, 2013. It opened and over the weekend, like the first film opened very close number 2 behind Cowboys and Aliens with 35 million. This film, however, opened at number 3 with 17 million. On the same weekend as Two Guns. The reception was much more negative than the first film. Has a 5.4 on IMDb, has 14% Rotten Tomatoes, much lower, well, 1 point lower than what it has on IMDb, where the first one was 5.5, and the Rotten Tomatoes has 22%, this is 14%. Director Raja Gosnell, he comes back and directing the sequel. And all the original cast comes back in as well. Another thing though, I want to say, well, I showed you this before. Before the Century Theaters closed down, I got this. But they had this, you know, one of those things that we walk into the.
So cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, so cool.
Really have lost up advertising for films like this, you know. So yeah, I got this. Well, they were just gonna throw this away, so I asked them if I can have it. So I got this for free. The stand, you know, thing for the film. So yeah, but I got that months before the Century Theaters, film theaters. I was playing it next to the, and I saw this and I saw this film 3. The box office wise, the film had $105 million budget. Made much less overall, and it made 340.
He's in the career. My voice. For what I heard, during the career, you're innocent. Let's get a real finale. Thinks you're pure of heart, but you have a heart inside of you. There's a heart. Yeah, you have a heart. There's good in you. You have a heart inside of you. There's good in you. Yes. Now we have our final battle. Yeah, now we have our final battle. Let's do this. Our final battle. Right here, right now.
What's going on my YouTube buddies? I'm Jacob with another movie review for you guys. And continuing on in my series of Sony Pictures animation reviews, in today's video I'll be taking a look at the 2013 release, The SMURFS 2. In The SMURFS 2, Gargamel kidnaps Smurfette and brings her to Paris, where he has been winning the adoration of millions as the world's greatest sorcerer. It's up to Papa Smurf, Clumsy Smurf, Grouchy Smurf, and Vanity Smurf to return to our world, reunite with their human friends Patrick and Grace Winslow, and rescue her. The SMURFS 2 was released in 2013, released 2 years after the original SMURFS movie, and much like the first film, this film was once again directed by Raja Gosnell, who directed films such as the Scooby-Doo movies, the live-action ones. He also directed Beverly Hills Chihuahua and Home Alone 3, just to name a few. Very interesting track record. Not really that amazing of a track record, like I said in my review of the first SMURFS movie. Now, if you saw my review of the first SMURFS movie, you know I absolutely hated that movie. It is one of the worst.
You're in the wrong. You should not hate this movie.
Family films I've ever seen in my life. It does not do a good job at translating the Smurfs from animated cartoon to live action animated hybrid film. I did not like the visual designs of the Smurfs. I thought the humor was bottom of the barrel, lazy, and pandering. I did not like that they went to New York throughout the course of the movie.
You better to go to the real world, and you're gonna like it, or you like it or not.
I thought Neil Patrick Harris was an unnecessary addition to the film.
Too bad, he's in the movie. So get used to it, Tubby.
I thought the film was a massive failure on all.
But it wasn't. It got a sequel. Well, it got a lot of money. Then it got the sequel.
Counts, and it is one of the most unpleasant films I've ever
No, it's not.
had to watch in my life. So when they announced SMURFS 2, I'm like, I'm staying away from this crap.
You're the crap. You're the crappy one. Not the live action Smurf movies.
Easily, I don't care to see this film, but I decided to go for all Sony Pictures animation output, and the SMURFS 2 was on the list, so I can only blame myself for sitting down to watch the SMURFS 2. I will say this.
Yeah, you can blame yourself, alright, you jerk.
It is a slight improvement over the first SMURFs movie.
Yep, indeed it is. Very good, actually.
It is not as insufferably bad
Yeah, it's good.
as the first film. I will give the movie that. The SMURFs, while they're still not the best visualized, they look less Uncanny Valley in this movie than they were in the first movie. I think Sony might have did a little bit of extra polish on the Smurfs, maybe because of the technological advances in 2 years since the first movie. And the Smurfs didn't look as creepy this time as they did in the first movie. Now, not all of the designs work, but at least it's not as unpleasant to look at the second go round. And I will say, there are some story ideas in this that did have potential, especially on the side of Smurfette, as this movie dives into her backstory, how she was originally a creation by Gargamel to try to lure and destroy the Smurfs, as Smurfette's like the only girl Smurf.
And fix your eyes. Well, I had that problem one time with my eyes, but fix your eyes. I only have that problem with my eyes like one time, and it was back when But don't worry, I'm okay. I move on since my my school days. I'm not in school anymore. I'm 21 years old. I'm 21 years old and I still live with my parents. Actually, don't mind that part. But yeah.
And, Papa Smurf actually stopped Gargamel's plan and actually transformed Smurfette into a good Smurf, and that she is a vital part of the Smurfs as a group. And throughout the course of the movie, we see Gargamel trying to trick and
You cross-eyed freak. I'm sorry for if I offended you, but you were talking trash about the live-action Smurf movie, reviewer. You cross-eyed freak. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry if I hurt the feelings.
manipulate Smurfette into doing his bidding because of how she was originally created by Gargamel. And as part of his evil scheme, he's created two other bad Smurfs, and they try to manipulate her as well. I have the argument that, hey, we were also created by Gargamel, so that means you're technically family.
Yeah.
And so they try to manipulate Smurfette into, their side. And I'm like,
oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, the real life they love are not no homo. They see her as actual family by the end. So yeah.
okay, there's some interesting potential there, some interesting conflict between,
And it's an actual friend. So yep.
how Smurfette's her loyalty to the Smurfs and putting that to the test almost because she believes they forgot her birthday when it was just they were trying to surprise her and it was all a big misunderstanding, and so she's having that moral conflict in her. And I'm like, okay, if this movie actually tried, it would actually not be a bad sequel. But unfortunately, you got Rob.
It's not a bad sequel. It's not at all.
I got his nail behind the.
Sorry for I just recently woke up again. But it's not a bad sequel. Not a bad sequel. It's not that at all.
Camera who does not have a good track record of making quality family films, and this film is still pretty bad.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
The movie has similar problems that the first movie has. We're back in the live action world. This time we're in Paris compared to the first, which was in New York City. And it's like Sony and the writers and the directors don't care about the Smurfs world. There's so much world building you could do with the Smurfs world. And yet these two movies have no care about the Smurfs at all. It's just, hey, let's have the Smurfs in the real world.
Yes, good idea. Let's have an animated character in the real world and make him make the animated character made by CGI or computer. Good idea. Good idea. Well, that's a good idea.
And have live action celebrity appearances and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Let's have live action humans talking with the animated characters who are CGI in the real world.
And rely solely on juvenile potty humor, and that's Smurfs.
Yep. And they have that too. And yeah. And that's a good Smurf movie. That's a good live action movie that goes on the real world. You know, animated character goes to the real world. Yep.
Too. And I think it gives the Smurfs an absolute disservice. Like, there's hardly.
No, it doesn't. It goes to the real world. No, they go to the real world. You know, with the humans.
Any Smurfs in this movie. Like, the only Smurfs that travel back to save Smurfette.
Papa Murph. The goat. The best. Yeah, Papa Murph, the leader.
Are Papa Smurf, Grouchy Smurf, Clumsy Smurf, and Vanity Smurf. There were more Smurfs in the first movie. And at least, as much as I hated that movie, at least there was a little bit of
See, you shouldn't hate that movie. You shouldn't have hated the movie.
Smurfs in it, but this movie there's less and less Smurfs. And it doesn't even feel like a Smurfs movie. And the characters they bring into this movie, I'm like, why were they part of this
Why not? Yeah, why not?
mission? Like, why do you bring Vanity Smurf in this mission when all he
Yeah, why not?
does is like smirk about how attractive he is? And that gag got old pretty fast. And you still got the cringy Smurf puns in this movie. Neil Patrick Harris is back in this movie, and again, I did not care for his story at all. This time he has stepdaddy issues because he never liked that his original dad left, and he has like this over-the-top eccentric stepfather who's trying to be a part of his life since he and
And he's a nice guy too. Don't forget that.
his wife now have a kid, and Brendan Gleeson plays
I don't care about the children.
stepdad. I mean, like, why did they bring him in the world of Smurfs? I like Brendan
Why not? The answer. Why not?
Gleeson as an actor, but it was just sad seeing him in a very lowbrow family comedy like this. And that addition was unnecessary, and it took away some of the Smurf aspects that could have made for an interesting movie. But I don't get why this side story is in the movie. And like I said, the jokes are not good at all. There's a lot of cringe juvenile humor. The slapstick doesn't land. Again, I give Hank Azaria all the credit in the world for fully embracing the role of Gargamel, but the writing and the humor does not fit Hank Azaria's comedic talents, and he feels badly wasted in both of the Smurfs movies. The voice cast, there's nothing to write home about. I will give Jonathan Winters credit for playing Papa Smurf. He plays the role well, and I have to give him credit for that, but it feels like an absolute waste to see such a comedic legend in a movie like this, and in a movie so terrible as the Smurfs 2, and it was
No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all.
sadly the last movie that he was featured in because he
He fought with honor. May he rest in peace.
unfortunately passed away just months before the release of the Smurfs 2, which is really sad to see a beloved comedic legend whose last movie was not the best movie to end a career on, but hey, I at least give him credit for at least bringing some effort.
But at least now everybody knows who he is. Even though he's in a better place now. He's in a better place now. But at least everybody knows who he is. Because he was in that movie for the last time. For her last performance. Yeah. Before, you know.
Into a character like Papa Smurf. Katy Perry is Smurfette. Like, I thought her casting in the first movie was a distraction. I don't think she's near as annoying in this movie compared to in the first film, but I still question Katie's acting, honestly. She's definitely not the best actress, and there is a couple times where I'm like, yeah, you probably should have had more of a seasoned actress to play a character like this instead of like the most popular pop star in the world at the time. Smurfs 2 is not a good sequel.
It's a good sequel. It is a good sequel. It's a very good sequel.
It's a slight improvement over the first film. I don't think it's near as unbearable as the first movie, but it's still a really bad sequel.
It's a very good sequel. It's a very good sequel.
The movie just crams in so many plot points and it just falls apart at the end. The comedy is still all over the place. There's still a lot of wasted potential in the story. I still don't like that, you know, the movies do not
Like it. You gotta like it.
care about the Smurfs in their own world and have to bring them in.
Go to the real world. And you better like it. You better like it. You better like it. And you're on the phone.
Our world and not feel like a Smurfs movie at all. So Sony definitely has not done a good job with the Smurfs movies, especially the live action films. And
Nah, not that bad.
this movie, while not as bad as the first, is still not a good sequel. And I'm
It's a very good sequel. Actually, it's a very good sequel.
not a fan of this movie
Well, I can tell, but it's a very good sequel. You hear?
either. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be giving the Smurfs 2 a 1 out of 5 star.
I'm giving it a 9. I'm gonna be generous and I'm gonna give Murph 2 a 9. But I'm not a reviewer. I'm not a reviewer. Not at all.
And on the 100-point scale, it's getting a 13 out of 100. The other interesting thing about the Smurfs 2, I got
A 9 out of 10.
highlight this one time is the son of Neil Patrick Harris in this movie is played by none other than Jacob Tremblay. Who would have thought that he would go on and have a really successful career as a child actor? Because you just look at him in this movie and he's like, he doesn't really
Yeah, it's very cringy. Not cringy, more like, you piss me off, child. Yeah.
add anything to the movie. He just like, the Smurfs! Ah! He just
Yep.
screams all the time. You're like, yeah, you don't really see much happening in this kid actor because of the limited stuff he had in the film. But he's gone on and given some really excellent child acting performances since then, like Room and Wonder, and even in the animated film Luca. He's actually delivered on a lot of really good performances, and I can't wait to see what he does as he grows into adulthood. I can't wait to see what the Smurfs 2 to some really remarkable. Can't wait to see what he's going to bring as an actor in years to come, because I've liked some of the performances that he's given as a kid. So it's crazy that he's gone from the Smurfs 2 to some really remarkable movies that he's been able to be a part of since then. And that's definitely something worth mentioning before wrapping up this video. So that wraps up my review of the Smurfs 2 as part of my series of Sony Pictures Animation reviews, where I'm going through the complete library of Sony Pictures Animation. I'll leave a link in the description below for a playlist where you can check out all the other Sony reviews I've done on this channel, including my reviews of Open Season, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the first Smurfs movie, and their Aardman collaborations such as Arthur Christmas and the Pirates Band of Misfits. I have a lot more Sony reviews to come in this series, so be on the lookout for more Sony reviews, and don't forget to click the link in the description series where I'll be diving in. I have actually not seen with a Chance of Meatballs remixed on it, but whatever your thoughts.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was part 4 of defending the second live action Smurf movie with a bonus to defend. It was part 4 and the final part. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time. See you next time. Goodbye everybody. It was an honor working with all of you.